that is something that Joe Vexter would say. But this is the Joseph Evaldi podcast, and I am going to discuss about a lot of stuff on this podcast. First, we have a lot of things good going for us. We have Thumb Championship Wrestling that just came out. We do sell stuff on eBay, even though we're in a slump right now, but we know that prosperous times are going to be ahead. At least we have faith. So, where do I begin? I think I'm gonna start talking about, I don't know, Billy Abbott in Young and the Restless. He did a podcast, and I like the setup. He did the podcast. It's very good. Inspirational when you get something emotional to talk about. It is very, very good. So I give the show credit for him doing a podcast. So I'm gonna discuss stuff. I haven't been on a limb for a while. It's around this time where things start to shift, and we're shifting gears. I don't know what or when or how or who, but I know we're shifting gears into a new era of podcasting is what usually happens around this time. In 2015, we were just getting started. We were focusing on business and stuff like that. Then in 2016, it was a whole relationship fiasco, or will I say 2017, we fell apart. 2018 was the golden era of the network. We had a lot of new shows coming about. We had Ricky who's pitching in and helping out. It was a very good period for the network, and we call it the golden era because we did a lot of good, fun stuff during that period. It's one of my favorite times being a podcaster. But and then I think I don't know what I was podcasting on, but I remember started recording stuff, and then I think that year in 2018 I was getting ready to plug some launches for new material for the show. 2019, we were going on a downhill trend. 2020, the pandemic, and 2021, we didn't really podcast that much. So, here we are at the helm, going into our 7th or 8th year, possibly 7th year of podcasting. And, hey, I'm having fun, and you're wondering, where are we going? We have new shows, we have the archives. Am I staying with Spreaker, or am I not? Who knows? I might be on a new podcasting network or hosting site. You never know. But all I know is right now I'm here. I'm here doing podcasting. Usually around this time of year, it's getting prepared for the year to come. Usually it's getting prepared for another year of podcasting. And I remember when I first started this podcast, it was in August. And, I had motions, I had paperwork, I was discussing what I was doing, and it was going into motion. I had an outline. It was something that I enjoyed. And I'll tell you, in that period of time, enjoyed doing the podcast. And I guess, rather than me rambling on, I know what I'm going to discuss in this podcast. I'm going to discuss finding passion. And yes, I know this has been a recurring thing. When you do things over and over again, you lose passion for stuff. You lose passion for your things you enjoyed before. I mean, during the pandemic, it seemed easy to do that. We didn't have the same zest to do the activities that we did enjoy. I remember doing things that, I'll give you an example. In 2016, even though things were going bad, I had the passion to do things that I had the passion to write. I had the passion to write about the topic that was dear to me. Hold on a second. After I talked it out a little bit, feeling a little bit better, and I have a little bit of a direction on where I may go through things. Now, when I was a writer, and I did the books, I kind of lost interest in writing those books. It was too long of a process, and however, I do enjoy the short story versions and the Kindle Vita type of stuff. I enjoy writing stories such as wrestling ones. Coming up with storylines, coming up with plot lines, coming up with twists. I enjoy that. I was a fan of WCW growing up as a kid, and I enjoy the twists and turns of the storyline, and also the early WWF days and the later WWF days. WWE days, I should say. But that's something that I enjoyed. I also enjoy watching wrestling. Well, I said that. I enjoy watching the soap operas type of stuff and coming up with compelling storylines that I feel need twists and turns, and there's always has to be problems in a soap opera because it makes it interesting. When you have a good heel or a good villain, you have a good face and you have a good storyline, or a good guy and you have the storyline, because it makes the show compelling. When you have twists and turns and everything else, when everything is stagnant, it doesn't make the show. Now, I remember in wrestling, back in the day, you had heels. I mean, when you had Ric Flair on top, you had Four Horsemen, you had the Heenan family, you had the Hart family, you had all those other stables, and it seemed like it was interesting because, you know, the more you hated it, the more you would want to watch, because you wanted to see the good guy overcome the bad guy. And when there's twists and turns, that just adds to the storyline. I mean, same thing with soap operas. You always, and with Young and the Restless, if you were watching, and you're watching now, you always wanted to have Victor Newman get his comeuppance because you were rooting for Jack, or something like that, or if you weren't rooting for Jack, you were rooting for Victor. I don't know. But Victor played the role that he did, and he did it so well, and he had a storyline with him, and then eventually you would root for Victor. I don't know. But it seemed like with Dallas, there was a J.R. Ewing. So, you know, it made it interesting. It made you want to watch. Even after years, you had respect for J.R. Ewing. I don't know. And even in Melrose Place, you had a Michael Mancini, a Dr. Michael Mancini, or something like that. I don't know. You know, I say this. You know, it's good. It is everything what it is. It's having passion, drive, and whatnot into everything, and it's having that sense that you want to tune in. I don't know. Maybe my shows haven't been compelling enough for you, the listener, to tune into. Because maybe you've heard podcasts like this before. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Not that I'm putting myself down with everything, but I do know that this podcast may be compelling to some, may not be. Because I'll just read the stats. People wanted me to listen to Barrett's Privateers over any of my other podcasts this year. I don't know. Maybe it's my singing. I don't know. But, and I know I'm rambling on and about other stuff, and maybe I don't have this a structure or direction or whatever, but I can tell you this, going forward, I'm going to make some shifts to the network. You know, I may come up with stories or podcasts that are more compelling. I'm going to run tests. I'll see if anyone is interested. See if anyone has compelled to listen to what the Joseph Evaldi podcast is. For any of my listeners, whoever they are, thank you for listening. I'll come back and I'm going to run a commercial break and I will be back to close it.
Retail sample. We are living in unprecedented times. With COVID-19 and other economic problems, it is very important to find a job that you are passionate about. And it is very important to learn on the job that you are working at. This book includes such topics as 1. Mentorship. It is important to have a mentor on the job for future positions you may hold. 2. Education. It is important to have education on the job. And 3. It is important to add your own skills to that boring job. The question mark is for using your own creativity. From Steve Jobs to Michael Jordan, a job should be more than a job. It should be something that you are passionate about. This book is broken up into 2 parts. 1, applying what you like to your job, and 2, the driving dream. There is much more in this audiobook about the author. Joseph Evaldi graduated from Keene University with his bachelor's degree in sociology. He worked in a group home setting for 13 years. In 2009, Joseph wrote his first ebook, The Amazing Effects of Water, which was on Lulu. But in February 2013, he re-released this book on Amazon Kindle. In 2013, he released his first fiction book, A Soul Warrior's Journey. In December 2014, his book Birth Order, How the Roles of Each Sibling Are Placed at Birth, became the #1 hot new release under Sociology of Marriage and Family on Amazon. He now is a podcaster under the Joseph Evaldi Network, doing topics of news, poetry, and comedy. Also, he was one of the founders of Joe's Writers Club, now available online.
That was The Driving Dream Apply what you like to your boring job. Written by Joseph Evaldi. Narrated by Tony Schiapetta.
This is an overview of what you need to make a book great. If you're going to make it mean something, you should go overboard and use those strengths to your advantage and use those tools. I know I might not have covered everything in this book. This is an overall how-to, and some things you will find in other books. Here is a word of advice. This is your baby. If you nurture it and make it grow, it will grow. You may find that you have done this for a while, and then this time around, you may never get it done. You may have personal problems in your life, and it might attack you in every direction. With this, you might go through a breakup or a divorce. You may go through family problems. You may go through hell and back. But keep going through your pain. Finish that book or keep on writing your books. Eventually, your hard work will pay off. You could have a hell of a year with writing. But in writing, it is being able to come out with stuff. You could outsource, but wouldn't you want your own words being heard? Some people may have thought that I outsourced in the span of 2 years, but I did all that work myself. I lost my relationship along the way because of it. But when you have a dream in life, you have to go for it, no matter what you lose. I know I was watching a Hallmark movie around Christmas time, where a woman wanted a book deal and got it, and it changed her life. However, at the same time, she split up with the one she was with because they didn't share the same vision. Life is like this, and if our words aren't conveyed, and even if you reach a small group of people, isn't it worth it? If you have a message to share with the world, there is a price that is there to be paid. But you go and do it. It might be hard, and there might be loss along the way. But your emotions come alive in writing. If you have a vision to make this world a better place with your writing, then do it. Life is full of change and challenges. I won't guarantee your book will be a success. It may flop, but it is worth trying and putting out there to the world. That decision is up to you to put it there. Good luck with your Amazon Kindle book. Make your Kindle book great and kindle your writing.
That was Kindle Your Writing. How to make your Amazon Kindle book great, or Amazon book greater, something like that. It is written by Joseph Evaldi. Now back to the podcast. Hello, this is me, Joseph Evaldi, and I discussed a lot about passion, and that was written in 2016. Now it's 2022, and things are going better, and I'm happier than it was before. And I know finding passion can be daunting, especially after a pandemic, but hey, we have drives, and I have greater focus than before, and I'm going to carry on doing whatever I was doing and just focus on my writing, and good things will be in store. So have a blessed day, and take care.